Hey y'all, today we are going to make crispy cowboy potatoes. And if y'all have watched me for a while, you know that I am a huge potato lover. And these are going to be so delicious. I saw it on TikTok. And crispy fried potatoes are just wonderful with all the seasonings in them and everything. And so I hope that you have time to watch this all the way through and see how it is done, because it's kind of unique. And then make yourself some, you and your family. I think that it's going to be really good. So let's just get started. So in your frying pan, you want to put your heat on high, but just for a few minutes until your pan starts to get real hot. And in your pan, put 2 cups of water. It doesn't matter if it's cold or hot. It would just warm up quicker if it was hot. And to this, we're going to add 1 stick of butter, because I don't know if you probably can't see, but you will before it's over with. I have a huge amount of vegetables to cook, so I'm going to add a whole stick of butter. But if you cook less than me, you may want to add just half a stick. And to this water, we're going to add just a little salt and pepper. We'll be seasoning it up more later. And so you can make this however you want to make it. As I always say, I'm adding green, yellow, orange, and red peppers along with onions to my potatoes. I think that would just be really wonderful to have all that together, just really tasty. So this is starting to get hot. You see the butter's melting, and I kind of want to wait till I see it start bubbling. And also you're going to need a lid, which I thought I had a clear lid so that you could see under there without me taking the lid off, but I couldn't find it if I do have one. So I had to just get another big, huge lid that you can't see through, but I'll still take it off so you can see. But the pepper I can see starting to swirl just a little bit. So this is going to be ready very soon for me to go to the next step. I hate to cut the camera off just to come back in just a second. But like I said, I found this recipe on TikTok, and I do not know the lady's name. I have forgotten it, but she's a real sweet person that has a lot of recipes. She lives in Sweden. She met somebody online, and they communicated for about 10 years before they ever got together, if I have that story right. And so now they live together in Sweden, and she is let me go ahead and then I'll finish my story, because this is starting to boil. Turn it down on medium and go ahead and put your potatoes in. As you can see, I have a bunch of potatoes. So during this whole process that we're going to do of cooking these, do not stir your potatoes. Just kind of push them like this around some, and get them moving when you need to. but do not stir them because you'll wind up with mashed potatoes, and that's not what you want. But I'm going to turn it back up a little bit to get it bubbling. But to finish the story, she's sick. I think she has maybe digestive problems or something, but I think she's been sick most of her life. And sometimes she's had to go to the hospital because of her illness. But anyway, she'll show what she cooked for that day's meal and different things. But in TikTok, if you type in crispy cowboy potatoes, her video should come up, and she's very southern. So you'll know who she is by all that info. So you ought to go watch her if you feel like it's something that would interest you, because she does have good recipes. And I'll be sharing a few more of hers as I go along. I should find out her name so I can let you know for sure. But this is going to come back to a boil in a minute, a very low boil, and I'm going to put the lid on them and just let them cook. The idea is we want to get the water off of these, and as we get the water off, we want to soften them up. So when this starts bubbling, I'm going to put the lid on it and turn it down where they won't bubble over, and then we'll just go from step to step. So I'll come back in a minute and show you what's going on with them. We're going to check these and see how they're doing. Give them a little push around and add some seasoning. I'm going to put some house seasoning in it, which is garlic, salt, onion, salt, and some more things. I have a video up of what my house seasoning looks like. Your house seasoning may be different. So I'm just giving this a stir. And since there's a whole big bunch of potatoes in here, I'm putting quite a bit of seasoning. So I'm going to put that. And I'm going to put a little cayenne. Not too much because I want the family to be able to eat it, but just enough that it'll give it just a small kick. Then take your spoon or spatula or whatever and kind of push them around a little bit. I'm just being or handling them a little more than I would, just because I want to get those seasonings down in there good. So we're going to put the lid back on, and the next time that you see me, we're going to go ahead to the part where you add the vegetables. But this part where you push the potatoes around a little bit, you could do that 3 or 4 times during the process. So you just, if you make them, you just do this part as many times as you feel like is necessary. Keep your lid on when you're not doing that, and then we will be back shortly. Okay, the potatoes have cooked down, cooked the water out. They're ready for the next step where we add the vegetables to it and go ahead and get the potatoes crispy. So we will get started on that part. And a lot of what you see in here is starch from the potatoes. If you have to go in and go toward the center, I turn my spatula upside down and I go in like that. It doesn't really disturb the potatoes. And so I'm gonna leave those kind of pushed over a little bit. And we're gonna use vegetable oil. Put some in the pan. That was probably 1/4 of a cup. And then here is my peppers, green, yellow, red, and orange. I'm gonna turn my heat back up higher. And then here is my onion, and I have like an onion and a half. Nothing better than fried onions and potatoes. So once that starts to fry up a little bit, I'm going to use the back of this spatula, and kind of mix the potatoes with the vegetables and get them frying. And that oil is what's going to get your potatoes crispy. So we need to get that oil on the potatoes. You can see right here where some of the oil has gotten, and it's starting to fry. And I think it might not hurt to have just a little bit more oil, because I just used a very small amount. So once you have it kind of mixed up, everything mixed up like it needs to be, then what you want to do is let it fry for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then kind of give it a little push like I did, and then let it fry again. You don't want to overwork your potatoes, and just continue to do that until your potatoes have gotten crispy. So that's what we're going to do, and I won't come back every time and show you that I'm turning the potatoes. The next time I come back, the potatoes will be done. So you just continue turning your potatoes until they're as crispy as you want them. Alright, the potatoes and onions and peppers have finished, and this is what they look like. And I will say, if you decide to try this recipe, when you add your oil and your vegetables in, if you'll put the lid back on as you fry them, it helps a lot, because I did it about half the time without the lid, and then I thought, well, I'll add the lid, and I thought it helped a lot. So anyway, I went ahead and got me some here, because they were so hot I didn't want to burn my face off tasting them. And I will tell you, I've already tasted them. They are fantastic. I love the way onions especially taste in fried potatoes. These are so good. And I'm gonna try a bite. I was trying to get some of everything, and I got it down at the bottom where it's still hot, so that doesn't make sense for me to take it out and then do that, but I wasn't thinking. So good. So I hope you give these a try. I'm going to be making some buttermilk fried chicken, which I'll show you that recipe in a different video to go along with these. And I think it will be a really tasty and wonderful supper. So thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Do something special for yourself and for someone else too. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.